Hi everybody, it is January 9, 2020. I think my last video I said it was January 8. I'm going to go through some weather events, severe weather events, destructive weather events that have taken place in last 2 days. Puerto Rico again. Puerto Rico again.
Miren eso. Como pueden ver aquí es la misma entrada básicamente de Mónica. Tendido eléctrico.
And many people are without power. Sleeping outside. Unbelievable. When are people going to start to question why we're having so many destructive weather events, earthquakes, and, well, flooding, which I'll show you in a second? It's really just, because we did have a president who outlined what was to come.
Communication satellite that will permit the people of the world to see one television program at the same time throughout the world. Think about that kind of communication, and think about the opportunity that will provide. It lays the predicate and the foundation for the development of a weather satellite that will permit man to determine the world's cloud layer, and ultimately to control the weather, and he who controls the weather will control the world.
And he who controls the weather will control the world. Guess what? They're controlling the weather. Amen. Amen. Jordan. How is it that people can not be questioning why we're having this kind of flooding in cities around the world, and we've never had this kind of flooding before? It's so frequent now, happening all over the world, and that is what is really important for me, I feel, to show people this is not just happening in Missouri or Iowa. It's happening all over the world, and it's happening simultaneously. Come on, guys. I know you guys. I know you know, but my God, people all over the world are getting so destroyed with weather because he who controls the weather will control the world. They control the weather. And we're being so destroyed. Look at what's happening in Australia. Indonesia, again, Indonesia again got hit with massive flooding and landslides. My God. This kind of weather is unprecedented, and you want to believe that it's climate change? My God, please start looking into weather modification and geoengineering. Please. Here. This. Indonesia? Yes. Monsoon rains and rising rivers. And I need to put you on hold because I have a very demanding cat who's on a shelf and about to knock things over. Sorry for that. Yeah, monsoon rains, rising rivers, submerged a dozen districts in Greater Jakarta and caused landslides in Bogor, Depok districts. It's endless, guys. It's endless. And it's going to continue because they can continue. There's few speaking out about this compared to, the numbers of people in the world. And what do we hear all the time? Climate change, climate change, climate change. Oh, Greta, how dare you? How dare you? These were the floods from last week. The beginning was floods from just a couple of days ago. Oh, they said more rain was coming. Well, more rain really came. This is so unbelievably heartbreaking. An infant in that bucket. What are we doing here? Why can't... I don't understand people, why they don't even want to engage in conversation about this. It's so unbelievably heartbreaking. 3 elderly people died of hypothermia. How about Israel? Israel has really bad flooding. Tel Aviv. Israel. 11 other people were injured. 4 people have died. 2 young Israelis, 1 woman, 1 man, trapped in an elevator that got flooded. Tel Aviv received 20% of its average yearly rainfall within a few hours. Within a few hours? Oh my God. Look at this. In other areas as well. Okay, we see this kind of footage. It could be anywhere. It could be Greece. It could be Spain. It could be Italy. It could be France. It could be the UK. It could be the United States. It could be Indonesia. It could be anywhere. Africa. It could be anywhere. And we're not going to question this, really. I'm not talking about, when I say we, I mean the collective. Okay? Which means others who, well, they don't even want to have a conversation about what's taking place. This is not climate change. This is weather modification. Just like Johnson said, he who controls the weather will control the world. When you can create this kind of flooding all over the world, you're going to destroy the economies in these areas. You're going to bring about a lot of infrastructure damage. And, well, ultimately, if you continue doing this, and this happens so many areas get hit repeatedly, you continue doing this, you will eventually control that country, certainly that region. Why? Because this costs a tremendous amount of money. And then countries will have to borrow from other countries, putting them in debt. And then they're at the beck and call of the IMF, of central banks, of other countries. This is a war. We are already, and we have been for quite some time, in a world war. World War III started years ago. They're using unconventional weapons. Weapons of mass destruction, electromagnetic frequencies. You can use them for good, or you can use them to destroy. And that's what they are being used for. Destruction. You go to my primary channel, Never Lose Truth. That's it, Never Lose Truth, small case letters. Go to my channel page. Go to my flooding, USA flooding, and then flooding, and you will see. And I have not been able to capture all the flooding in this country, United States, and around the world from, I think, 2017 on, or, well, 2017, I think I was still on my primary channel, Kafka Winston World, but certainly 2018 and 2019. All of this is happening with greater frequency, and it's not going to stop because we have way too many people who still are choosing willful ignorance, calling us conspiracy theorists, acting like they're in 7th grade still, refusing to do the research on weather modification, geoengineering, nanotechnology that is controlling our weather now. You want to remain, and I'm not talking to you guys, but I'm talking to whomever comes across this video. You want to remain ignorant and just act immature, throw out your insults, call people crazy? Go right ahead. Go right ahead. But you're the enemy. You are the enemy. You are a danger to all of us. And yes, I'm sick of it. This is when they were trying to rescue the people in the elevator. In their 20s, dead, in an elevator, stuck. And then people tell me to calm down. Find Jesus. Be at peace. And yes, Israel, this is not the first flood. Israel, people think that Israel is this little haven of safety. How about Saudi Arabia?
जैसा कि माहौल है और यहाँ पर मौसम अभी हल्का हल्का सा ठंडा भी हो रहा है।
Saudi Arabia. Unbelievable.
शहर भर की अहम शाहराहों पर पानी ही पानी, गाड़ियां सड़कों पर चलने के बजाय तैरती रहीं। महकमे मौसमियात ने कल तक मज़ीद बारिशों की पेशगोई कर दी।
All right, there's more. You can click on the link below. Scientists hot take Pacific Northwest volcano forecast to erupt within 4 years. Where is it? It's 300 miles due west of Astoria. It's 1.5 miles deep in the ocean. Axial seamount. It will erupt sometime 2020, in between 2020 and 24. Oregon State University's Bill Chadwick. That's a name that I have read before on these earthquakes. Bill does not look into what militaries are doing, militaries all over the world, using electromagnetic frequencies that can cause volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and, well, they can change the shape, which is apparently what they're looking at, monitoring the shape of the volcanoes. And axial seamount has changed quite a bit over the last decades, with the surface gradually rising between eruptions and suddenly dropping back down. What else do I have? Here. This took place in Florida. Is this what I'm thinking of? Yeah. Early risers on New Year's Day walking along the beach to see the sunrise on Treasure Coast also saw what happened to a mysterious rocket, what appeared to be a mysterious rocket launch. I can't get the volume on. All right. Well, he's talking about all the people who saw this mysterious thing in the sky, the rocket launch. Was it a rocket launch? Or was that our, I guess maybe, I don't know. Then it turns red. Sky, look at this. Oh my God. Well, I've seen clouds like this in Anderson, South Carolina, so, sorry. But, yeah. But they said, didn't they say, yeah, with no scheduled launches at Cape Canaveral. So it's not immediately known what occurred. Haha. Okay. Man.
Ever see a rocket stand still?
No, but I've seen clouds like that.
Oh, it's not moving. Well, there's that. And then, where is it? I can't pick it up with the camera. Oh, there it is.
Because he can't see in the screen.
You say
Neither can
it's
I.
moving awful slow.
Neither can I when I am filming. You can't see in the screen cameras anymore. Category 4 atmospheric river heading Oregon's way. What's that mean? They have a new scale. They're now rating atmospheric rivers. This is the manufactured atmospheric river that you will be getting quite a lot of flooding from. But isn't it interesting? Now, I posted a video today and I showed you the direction of this. This is coming right into Washington and Oregon. And, well, I took note of it hours later. Oh, wow. That grew. That baby grew. And it looks like it has a whole new tail, or it was lifted. Maybe it was lifted. Where is it? Okay, that's what it looked like earlier. Oh, I'm sorry, this is December 19. Ah, okay. Glad I caught it, so we wouldn't have to come back and correct it. Doesn't sound quite as exciting as a polar vortex or a bombogenesis, but a Category 3 or 4 atmospheric river is making its way toward the Pacific Northwest at the end of this week, bringing heavy rains and potential flooding. Like those other terms, bombogenesis, polar vortex, atmospheric river is a relatively new term in the public meteorological world. It's a long, narrow plume of tropical moisture carrying intense rainfall across the atmosphere like a river in the sky. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to go back and look at my video, and I'm not going to do it now. But I just want to point out a few things here. Now, they have this air mass, this cloud, this system feeding into the Category 3-4 atmospheric river, which is clearly very unusual looking. This sharp-edged whatever is not Mother Nature. And as you can see, the nano balloons, the nanotechnology operating, are these the ship tracks that Mike Morales speaks of? None of this is real. This is a man-made construction, creating cloud to bring about your rain coming. But look at these air masses. Wow. Well, that's unusual. Now there's a little band that you can see that's going northeasterly. This is, well, moving in a west. It's moving in a west direction of west. This is being held right here. It's, oh my God, man. This thing is huge. It's so huge that people should question the size of this thing. Unbelievable. Unfrickin' believable. Look at these. You can see the lines right here. That's not Mother Nature. That's frequencies causing that. You can see the microwaves over here. The microwaves. Microwaves. Washington into Oregon. All of the ripples. This thing is being microwaved. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable that we have to go through this over and over and over again. And, well, look at, wow. Mother Nature, man. You must be using a ruler. Look at this. Here's your nanotechnology, this tube of nanoballoons. Yeah. Everybody should be questioning this. If you think that's how Mother Nature makes clouds, then you are probably very young, and that's what you've been taught in our public education system. Look at all of the microwaves. Down here, Mexico, all of the microwaves. In our storm, the United States, oh yeah, plenty of areas. Get ready for flash flooding, tornadoes, hail, hurricane winds. Yeah, don't question that though. Just believe the horse shit that you hear. It's climate change. Look at this. I mean, here you have this string of nanoballoons. Very clear, obvious, not Mother Nature. And boy, they seem to develop, well, lights. Green, pink, activated microwaves on the California coast. All manufactured. He who controls the weather will control the world. Nope. Look at this. I mean, this just breaks off, flies into Oregon. You're kidding me. Disappears. Microwaved. All right, well, you know, I look at the radar. Oh, this is our storm. Yep. This is nanotechnology operating right here. These bands of what you see as precipitation. Nanotechnology. We never had these straight bands, which now they call training storms. Jesus. Well, let's get back to, yeah, those category 3 or 4. They have a new scale. Yes. Around here, we've used Pineapple Express to describe atmospheric river-like storms for years, since they many times stretch as far as Hawaii. But atmospheric river can be used worldwide. Oh, thank you for telling us that. We weather folks love ourselves a good 5-point scale for severe weather, like that Saffir-Simpson scale for hurricanes. But now we got a new 5-point scale that has been developed by researchers. They're so smart. They're so smart. We're so stupid. They're so smart. At Scripps Institution of Oceanography at the University of California, San Diego. And, well, they've got updated on the Institute's Center for Western Weather and Water Extremes page. Yes, this is the new scale where you can find it on this page. Unbelievable. AR, atmospheric river. Category 1 is weak. Category 2 is moderate. Category 3, strong. 4, extreme. 5, exceptional. Now we have categories for atmospheric rivers, just like those hurricanes. The scale factors in both the amount of water vapor carried in the river and the duration of the event. They factor in duration and the amount of water. Good. Only unlike rating hurricanes and tornadoes. Only unlike rating hurricanes and tornadoes, which focus solely on intensity of the storms. The atmospheric river scale will let a change in duration affect its rating. Oh, default rating will assume the storm will last 24 to 48 hours. If it goes longer, it will get upgraded 1 level. Shorter than 24 hours, it will be demoted by 1 level. So what they're saying is that atmospheric river is going to produce rain. And if it produces 48 hours worth, then it will be left as it is, whatever they decide it is, category 1 through 5. Oh, maybe 1, 2, I don't know. But then, if it stops raining, I guess they'll downgrade it. What? Okay, for example, thank God they give examples. A rainfall event that warrants a level 3 on the amount of rainfall would get a 4 rating. A rainfall event that warrants a level 3 on the amount of rainfall would get a 4 rating. If it's going to rain that much for more than 48 hours, but a 2 if it's expected to end before 24 hours. Sounds like Common Core math. This approach is based on research. Aha! Good. Glad to know that there are researchers doing this. Research showing that a combination of strong water vapor transport with long duration over a location is what causes the greatest impacts. Oh, thank you for telling us that. Unlike the hurricane scale, recently criticized for not representing adequately the impacts of slow-moving, lower category hurricanes. When man is controlling the hurricanes, man can make it slow, and who knows what's going to happen when the so-called hurricane is over your area, because they can inject a whole lot of electromagnetic frequencies and bring about a whole lot of damage. God, it's like, all right, are we really living this? Scale also highlights that there are sometimes benefits to atmospheric rivers as well. Yeah, weaker atmospheric rivers, often mostly beneficial. You get rain. Rain is beneficial. But good that they told us. And, well, they're now explaining it because they can enhance water supply and snowpack, while stronger atmospheric rivers can become mostly hazardous. For example, if they strike an area with conditions that enhance vulnerabilities, such as burn scars or already wet conditions, it could be hazardous. Extended durations can enhance impacts. Whew, thank you. I was unsure. There. Who writes this? Who writes these articles? There? There. That spelling. Then you have the T-H-E-I-R, and then you have T-H-E-Y''R-E. And they're writing there, so they're scale factors. Wrong there. Okay, but they're scale factors in geography as well. And one storm will have multiple ratings depending on the storm's expected impact. For example, if Astoria is expected to take the brunt of the river of a level 3 event, it'll be told. What does that mean? Someone will tell you to expect an AR3 event. But in other locations, well, they could have a lesser rating or even a rating. Well, okay, good. Okay. Facepalm. So you're to get a category 3 or 4. Well, maybe. Along the Oregon and southern Washington coast with a 4 mainly along the Oregon coast with storm totals reaching 3 to 7 inches. That could cause a lot of flooding, but Oregon might be able to be called atmospheric river valley. Researchers found that the Oregon coast get the most AR4s along the west coast, averaging 1 per year. Washington, you get 1 every other year. Bay Area, 1 about every 3 years. Southern California, every 10 years. Though you get AR2s and 3s more frequently. All right, I'm just going to read the headlines. Be prepared. Strong, severe storms possible this weekend. Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. The video that I posted earlier, I didn't include Georgia. Get ready. A level 2 risk for severe weather. That includes heavy rain, strong wind gusts, isolated tornado risk. Of course, worst storm of the season brings rain, ice, and snow to Chicagoland. Are you going to get any tornadoes? I'm going to pause you. Hang on. I want to check it out. Okay, Chicago. You don't seem to be getting any tornadoes, but you will be getting some severe weather, freezing rain and sleet in northern Illinois, as well as Chicagoland. Ice accumulations up to a quarter inch. Winds could gust as high as 45 miles per hour. Precipitation is likely to change to snow. You could get 3 to 6 inches. You could. It's possible. Maybe. Power outages and tree damage? They say possible, but my hunch, that's what's coming. Flood watch, in effect for portions of Chicago, south of the Interstate 80 into northwest Indiana. Potential for flooding on rivers and streams due to torrential rains totaling 2 to 4 inches. Lakeshore flooding is also likely. Winds will strengthen, not weaken, but strengthen, and they will build 12 to 16-foot waves on the already very high waters over Lake Michigan. And let's just listen to a few minutes of this. Here we go.
Well, good evening. I'm meteorologist Ron Hurst. The First Alert team has issued first alerts for Friday and Saturday for the Ozarks. On Friday, we'll be looking at heavy rain and flooding along with severe weather possible. And then on Saturday, cold air comes into the region, and this may change over to freezing rain and snow. This will impact all of the Ozarks at one point or another, especially the potential for heavy rain and flooding. And the threat level here is fairly high because the heavy rain will be very widespread across the area. Let's go ahead and break all this down, and we'll check things out. On Thursday, we'll have clouds move into the region. Rain will develop during the afternoon and evening hours. At first, it's going to be fairly light, but overnight, we'll start to see a little widespread and steadier rain begin to develop. Friday morning commute could be kind of wet. As we go through the day, especially in the late afternoon or evening, a line of strong to severe thunderstorms is possible to develop. While individual storms will move very quickly off to the northeast, the area of rain will only slowly move on to the east, allowing rainfall to really pile up in some locations. As we get into Saturday morning, some of the cold air coming into the region will change this rain over to freezing rain and snow, and then we may keep the snow around until mid to late afternoon on Saturday.
All right, Kentucky, you're going to get hit too. And all of what they forecast, possible, maybe, potential, may not happen. Never forget this. I don't think that was loud enough. Let me just play it one more time. Let me enhance the volume. What? 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 Stay safe, everybody.